I apologize in advance for my voice, for I am sick. But not because of the latest episodes, although they definitely didn't help, but I still found many things to enjoy about them because they were great. So we start with episode 5, Silenced. We got Vox trying to coax other overlords into joining him and most gladly did, especially after he captured Alistair, all but Zestial and Carmilla, probably because he was kinda racist.
Are you serious?
Yeah, okay.
And in the meantime, Charlie was trying to signal heaven so that Emily would return and prove Vox wrong once and for all. But doesn't she know that he is not a problem anymore thanks to Alistair? I mean, she knows that he got himself kidnapped, mostly through Husk, but did he not tell her about his deal? Well, it does sound like he would do that, so yeah, probably. I also love that he's the hotel's official therapist, since he kinda was as the bartender, and his method is to call people stupid until they stop crying. And I love him for that. Anyway, Vaggie wishes to help Charlie with the Vox situation, so she goes to ask Lucifer for help, but he tells her that he can't do anything about it as part of his punishment, which is interesting, but Vaggie tells him to just go there and just threaten him, since it's still coming from the King of Hell. So he ends up going to Vox, who was holding a rally and trying so hard to be Lilith because she was behind the uprising that was the cause of the extermination. But here's the thing, the extermination was going on for 7 years, which lowers the stakes by a ton, I know, but it does explain a lot of plot points from season 1. But regardless, Lilith left 8 years ago, and we know she made a deal with Adam, who was the one to suggest it to Sarah. Now, I'm not saying it was actually her idea or anything. I'm just saying it's weird she stayed in heaven afterwards, and I doubt Lucifer knows anything, cause then why would she not answer his calls? I would think that she's trapped there, but if so, then why would Lut tell her to go to hell and stop Charlie? It's really not looking too good for Lilith. But anyway, let's talk about Vox. He's getting a little too egocentric for his own good, so much so that Valentino and Velvet are getting a little sick of him. And Alistair is just fueling the fire, now that he's got a front row seat to watch his demise. However, I doubt this was part of his plan. It's mostly just a plus. Even if it looks like he's the one making him act like a jerk towards his partners, I think Vox would have done the same on his own anyway, cause like I said, he doesn't see himself as part of the team, rather the leader. But regardless, we know Alistair plans to end Rosie's deal, and this is part of his plan towards that. I'm only confused as to how would that help. For now, I think he wants to make himself useless to Rosie, cause she can't call him to do anything now that he's bound by his deal with Vox. But we know Charlie is involved as well since he made the deal with her and she was part of his conditions. But not to free him from the Viz, cause then why trap himself to begin with? But either way, he seems to be enjoying himself, so I'm not that worried about him. Now back to Vox. He did manage to rally people up and get them on his side, and Lucifer's awesome show only helped with that. And then Emily finally showed up, along with Sarah, Abel, and Lut.
Oh my god! They're here to silence me!
The world doesn't revolve around you. It revolves around Charlie, but yes, they are. And they chose a really bad time to apologize for the extermination, with gift baskets, after Serpentius encouraged them to.
A wise woman once told me that it starts with sorry.
Yeah, you see, your crime was being stupid. Their crime is genocide. You are not the same. And wouldn't you know it, the rest of hell didn't buy their apology. And with that, Vox declared war on heaven, and all of hell was on his side. And so he had won. But here's the thing, Vox is right. Heaven can't apologize for genocide, and hell is right to be angry and demand retribution. However, that's not what Vox wants. We know that all he cares about is to take over heaven, and he's only using people's justified anger and resentment to get there. His goals were already established in the first episode of this season. It's clear that he doesn't really care and he's just using people around him. And that's the real issue here. Not that he said anything wrong. So why are people acting confused about it? Wait, I know why. They always do that. But anyway, let's continue. Things couldn't have gone worse for Charlie, and she yelled at Lucifer for making things worse with Vox. And Veggie told her that she's the one making it worse, and she's correct. She tried to tell her to ignore Vox, but she didn't listen and kept pushing to get Vox to say the truth about her, for a reason that was revealed in the next episode, which I will get to in a minute. But for now, she had a fight with Veggie and kicked her father back to the castle, and went to call her mother, who didn't answer. And with that, the episode ends, so we move on to episode 6, Scream Rain. It starts with Vox trying to make a deal with Carmela to make him a weapon for his upcoming war. He even made Velvet apologize to her. It was funny. And she initially refuses, but then he tells her that she's the reason they got here in the first place, because she's the one who supplied the weapons to Charlie and the hotel, who then went to kill Adam. So heaven would target her the most, so she relents, though not because she agrees with him, but just to protect her family and Zestial, cause she lost someone before apparently, and Zestial has actually abandoned her for this. So we cut to the hotel with Veggie doing everything. She's a really good girlfriend, and I hope people will stop calling her boring and useless now. Anyhow, Charlie is still mad at her, and their pettiness frustrated Husk so much that he decided to quit. Since Alistair left, then why should he stay?
What about Angel?
What about him? He's a grown-up. Doesn't need me.
Right. Anyway, he went to a casino to do wholesome casino things, like drinking and gambling. He also sang a lovely song with Keith David's beautiful voice. It was great. And there was another beautiful voice there as well.
Oh my fucking god, that was my fucking hell mortgage on my hell house! Fuck!
Zach Hazel is in Hazbin as well. Thank you, vivziepop. And I loved his little character. And is that another great song I hear?
Angel, baby.
Angel? I loved his reaction here. I knew this was Angel before he turned because I've been in the fandom since the pilot, but Husk never saw him in a dress before, and I think he likes it. And yes, Angel looked beautiful, just like his song. He also convinced him to go back to the hotel. And you better be looking respectfully there, Husker. Anyway, Husker dust is in the air. But for now, I'll move on to Charlie and Veggie. They went to Carmela to convince her to end her deal with Vox, since Heaven doesn't want to hurt them anymore. But they don't really know that. And since war is coming, she chose the winning side, and I can't blame her for that. We also got a flashback of Veggie during her time as an exorcist, and we saw a colleague of hers that she was trying to protect from Lut and Adam but failed. And she looked really upset about it, so Charlie decided to try and cheer her up. And it was really sweet. She also apologized to Veggie and told her that she was right. And we now know why she's been so fixated on the hotel's reputation. It's because she wants her mother to see it and be proud of her, and also come back and tell her what she did to make her leave. Ouch. This poor baby. And I hope everyone who complained about her before are happy now. Cause even before this, you really couldn't guess why she was like this? Not even because she is so desperate to save her people, and now that she finally knows that she can, she ignores every red flag in order to do that. And even if she ended up making things worse, her intentions are still good. And I don't get how you praise a male character who committed genocide and call him a hero, but God forbid a female character breathes in the wrong direction. This fandom sucks. Although I guess I shouldn't call it fandom, because that implies the people who say this shit are fans of the show, when they're not. But anyway, they had a lovely talk and resolved their problems, and we got the Shaggy song we were promised. It was amazing, and they were absolutely adorable, so now people will stop talking shit about them. Hopefully. Anyway, now to Vox, and oh boy, he's only getting worse. Even to Val and Velvet. I mean, Val, I don't care, he deserves more honestly, but they're both starting to call him out on it, and they're heavily hinting that they will turn on him in the finale. And we also got a huge twist with Angel Dust, and it's that Vox has been using him as an unknowing spy the entire time. And shit, like he hasn't suffered enough. And Vox was just torturing him and enjoying every second of it. And Valentino surprisingly wasn't really okay with letting Vox do that. But not because he was concerned about Angel, but because he's possessive of him. And he didn't want Vox to borrow what he considers his. Which is why Vox hates him. But anyway, he's doing this to get back at Charlie, but wouldn't that break the terms of his deal with Alistair? Maybe he hasn't thought of that. And also he tricked Lucifer to go to him because he will be the power source of their special weapon. And I'm sure someone will die, I just don't know who yet. Maybe Vox? But even if he didn't, I doubt the V's will remain the same after this. But is that a bad thing? No, not really. Also, I'm a little upset no one tried to save Alistair, not even Lucifer, and I thought he liked him deep down. Maybe next week. I also am curious to see what will Heaven do about the uprising, though I think Luch will be the only one to demand they fight back. But regardless, I'm sure they'll be fine. And before I end the video, I have to say that I love that they referenced the Twitter poll.
According to a recent poll, Vox is the hottest person in hell.
The final round was between Vox and Lucifer, and he still won. Like, how? It's awesome, and Nifty and Baxter were absolutely adorable, so much cuter than I expected, and I need more now. Hopefully we'll get some next time. Anyway, that's all I have to say. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see y'all next time.
Oh, call me Daddy. Wait.
Yes!